you price your work in a way that feels good, it's ethical, and it's enough to make a living and all of that. Pricing, it's one of those big questions that just never goes away for self-employed creatives, whether you're trying to make a living doing service work in order to support your art, or whether you're selling your art. Either way, you've got to grapple with how much do you charge. So there's three parts of this. The first, well, I'll just tell you all three. There's research, and there's math, and there's resonance. Or another way to say that is there's market, and there's your own needs, and there's the sweet spot in between. So how do you do this? It's a whole workshop worth of stuff, so I'm not going to tell you all of it because it's just too much for a 3-minute video. But just to get you started, research is about how do other people price similar things, similar services, or similar kinds of work? And then how do you rank in that, right? So if you're new to it, or if your skills are way beyond what someone else's are, or you can sort of rank yourself against what your competitors are doing. Competitors is kind of the wrong word there. I think it's like colleagues within a field. You can also look at your people, your peeps. Who are the people that you're marketing to, and what are they willing to pay? So in some when I'm selling my artwork, in some forums it's going to be higher than in other forums, because the people who show up to these forums have more money to spend on it, and people who show up to this other forum have less money to spend on it. I might choose different work to bring, but I also might just price it differently. And I know that sounds a little funky, but in the coaching, I also do that. I have 3 distinct levels because people have different incomes, different resources. So I have my standard, and that's where what I need in order to survive. And then I have a higher rate and a lower rate, and the higher rate supports the scholarship of the lower rate. Right, so I'm really clear. It's called something. It's called sustainable pricing. So that's about the market, right? Then, or the research. Then there's the math, and that's the hard part. It has to do with your budget, like what does your life cost, and then how much time are you putting in to whatever it is that you're selling? What's the percentage of work time that you need to use in order to make that living? So if you're doing this kind of work and that kind of work and the third kind of work, right, in order to balance it all out, ultimately you're aiming that if the art making work is about 1/3 of your time, then it should be about 1/3 of your income, right? And then you can price accordingly. It's a lot of math, and it's worth doing the sort of background of that. Like, what do I need to earn in order to make a living? What's my hourly rate? What should my hourly rate be in order to get that? That's the math. It's useful to do both of those very kind of practical approaches. But the most important part of pricing is resonance. Like, what feels right to you? It's intuition, but it's intuition that's based on these other 2 things, right? Because you've done that research, you kind of have a feeling for what the right price is. And you can say, what's the way too much price and what's the way too low? Too much is like you cringe. You can't really say that number. It's uncomfortable, right? And the too low is like you feel like you're being robbed. Like, you don't want to give it away for that, right? So you go set your 2 prices and then have someone say the numbers going from one to the next until you find, oh yeah, that's the sweet spot. That's the one that feels right. And it may feel right for right now. And in 2 years, when you have more experience, when you've been out in the world longer, in the field longer, your resonant price is going to be different. It's okay to change. It's okay to change. It's important to get your heart connected to it so that when you say that number, you feel it, like it feels right. It feels like an exchange that is appropriate for the work that you're offering, right? That's a lot of things. 3 parts. The research, which has to do with market. The math, which has to do with your own financial situation. And the resonance, which is the sweet spot. All right. Talk to you later. I hope this is helpful. Val Gilman, Taproot Arts and Insight. I'm going to give you a second to hit subscribe or to like it or to send it to somebody. This is the thing. The algorithms are going to pay more attention to sending my stuff out to people if more people do something with it. So thank you. If you think it's valuable, please do one of these interactions. All right. Talk to you soon.